Why do inclusive shows on Prime Video keep getting canceled? So, Prime Video keeps killing off shows that look like progress. Strong female leads, diverse characters, and fantasy, sci fi, alt history with women front and center get axed. Does Prime Video have a problem with diversity? The answer is kind of yes and kind of no. So I took a look at the 13 Prime Video original series that were canceled this year. And here's what I found when I compared these 13 canceled shows to Prime's biggest hits. First off, most of these canceled shows had women or diverse leads, period. And here are the 13 shows that were canceled in 2025 prematurely: Almost Paradise, The Bondsman, On Call, Citadel Diana, Citadel Honey Bunny, Clean Slate, Cruel Intentions, My Lady Jane, which I'm still sad about, The Power, an incredible female led sci fi story, The Pradeeps of Pittsburgh, The Sticky, The Summer I Turned Pretty, and last but not least, my personal favorite of the bunch, The Wheel of Time. And the statistics seem kind of wild at first. 10 out of 13 had a female lead or a major female co lead. 12 out of 13 featured diverse or marginalized leads. 9 out of 13 had both. Many of these shows were doing a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to diversity, but most didn't even make it to a third season. And when we look at Amazon's biggest hits, the statistics look different. According to multiple sources I found on the internet, the top all time 10 shows on Amazon are The Boys, Reacher, The Lord of the Rings of Power, Fallout, Invincible, The Marvelous Miss Maisel, Jack Ryan, The Man in High Castle, The Grand Tour, and Bosch. And another thing to point out is that Amazon Prime Video doesn't make these statistics known. So for now, we have to pretty much guess what the top 10 shows are by looking at multiple sources online. Out of these top 10 shows, only 4 out of 10 had female leads. 7 out of 10 had diverse leads. And only 3 out of 10 had both female leads and diverse leads. Shows like Fallout and The Marvelous Miss Maisel prove women led stories can thrive. But let's not pretend action heavy, male driven series like Reacher and The Boys aren't the real MVPs in Amazon's eyes. This gets into the most telling aspect of the data and the factor that makes it all make sense. Who's actually watching Prime Video? Here's where it gets interesting. According to Parrot Analytics, Prime Video has one of the highest male audiences in streaming and was more male skewing than any other major streamer. And 60.7% of the audience for Prime Video originals fell into the over 30 category. And older audiences tend to lean more conservative. Jack Ryan reportedly captured nearly 40% of all Prime users in its debut month, which is a very rare occurrence. It had mass audience success, which shows it was a hit by way of genre and the audience base. So when a show centers around a teen girl or leans into inclusive storytelling, it's often not hitting Prime's biggest demographic, and that hurts its chances of success. The overall problem isn't that female led shows and inclusive stories aren't good, they just aren't being watched by the biggest demographic. So, why does this all matter? Well, earlier we found that 77% of the canceled shows of 2025 had female leads and 92 had diverse leads, which is much higher than the top hit group. Yet, these shows were dismissed quickly and canceled early. So, looking at the data, it shows that Amazon prioritizes fast, measurable engagement, strong viewership spikes, and high retention rates and high completion. And male led action franchises like Reacher, Jack Ryan, and The Boys deliver those metrics reliably. Inclusive and genre heavy series within fantasy or sci fi often take longer to build an audience and don't perform as well in Prime's core demographic. Some canceled shows, like The Power and The Wheel of Time, had great reviews and very passionate fans, but not the numbers Amazon wanted right away. High budget genre shows need instant impact or they're gone. The biggest takeaway is that even inclusive shows that earn critical praise face an uphill climb unless they hook Prime's male, older skewed audience early. And looking at this small input of data shows that Prime Video rewards traditional male targeted thrillers first and inclusive stories second, unless those second tier shows break out fast. Amazon's base loves a gruff action hero with a gun. And so do I to an extent, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Inclusive shows on Prime aren't failing because they're bad. They're failing because the system favors a certain kind of viewer because there are more of them, and those viewers favor a certain kind of story. Until that changes, bold shows that take chances may keep getting buried. And this isn't a knock on Prime Video. They are trying to create successful shows that make them money. They cater to what sells and do seem to be creating more diverse shows as time goes on. Maybe The Wheel of Time and My Lady Jane had to walk so Fourth Wing could run. And if you like a show that focuses on women, isn't an action packed thriller, and has diverse characters, it's got a tougher road. The best thing you can do is watch it right away and watch it all the way through. Looking back, maybe if shows like The Wheel of Time leaned more into pleasing the male audience base, they might have had a better shot because that's what the platform rewards. But again, that only hits Prime Video's metrics and isn't a metric of good storytelling. And good storytelling deserves better than that. That wraps things up for now. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and big thanks to my Patreon and YouTube members. I'll see you back next time.